Have you ever wondered how much effort it really takes to become the Golden Maknae of BTS? How many sleepless nights, countless hours of training, and moments of doubt did Jungkook have to endure before his success? What if I told you that behind every performance, every perfect note, and every stunning move, there was a relentless pursuit of excellence? Jungkook didn't just wake up one day as BTS's shining star. It took hard work, discipline, and determination, and today, we're diving into the emotional journey of Jungkook's transformation, step by step. So, keep watching to understand just how hard he worked and why every moment was worth it. Jungkook wasn't always the superstar we know today. In fact, when he first joined BTS, he was just a 15-year-old kid, fresh from Busan, with nothing but dreams and an immense passion for music. But passion alone wasn't enough. He had to learn, grow, and push himself past every obstacle that came his way. Imagine being 15, away from home, in a foreign city, surrounded by strangers, and knowing that the world was expecting you to be perfect. That's the pressure Jungkook faced when he began his journey with BTS. But what was it like for him? How did he deal with the isolation, the exhaustion, and the constant need to improve? The first years weren't easy. Jungkook had to train, relentlessly, sometimes up to 10 hours a day. From dancing practice to vocal training, he was constantly pushing himself to become better. And it wasn't just about the skills. It was about surviving the grueling schedule that came with being a trainee. There were days when he felt like giving up, when he questioned whether it was all worth it. Imagine working so hard, day after day, only to feel like the finish line was always just out of reach. That's the reality Jungkook faced in his early days, but he didn't give up. Why? Because he believed in himself, in his dream, and in the future of BTS. There were countless days when Jungkook woke up at the crack of dawn and didn't get to rest until late at night. His body was exhausted, his mind overwhelmed, and his heart heavy with the burden of expectations. But the thing is, Jungkook wasn't just training for himself. He was training for BTS, for the future of the group, for the fans, and for the success that he believed in. There was a fire in his heart that kept him going, even when his body felt like it couldn't move anymore. During those long hours of practice, Jungkook would often find himself in front of a mirror, looking at his reflection, wondering if he was truly good enough. There were moments of self-doubt where he felt like he was falling short, where the pressure of being in a competitive environment felt too much to handle. And it wasn't just the physical strain, it was emotional too. Jungkook was constantly comparing himself to the older, more experienced trainees who seemed to be excelling at everything. The fear of not making it, of not being able to live up to the expectations of his company, his fellow members, and his fans, weighed heavily on him. But with every moment of doubt, Jungkook reminded himself why he started. The breakthrough came after countless days of pushing himself past his limits. Slowly, he began to see the fruits of his hard work. His dance moves became sharper, his vocals stronger, and his stage presence started to shine. It was no longer about just following the steps. It was about bringing his own unique style to everything he did. He was finally becoming the Jungkook we know and love. But even with this improvement, the challenges didn't stop. The pressure to be perfect was still there, and the sacrifices continued to mount. Jungkook was often away from his family, missing out on special occasions, and giving up his childhood to chase this dream. But his dream wasn't just his own anymore. It was the dream of BTS as a whole. Then, the day came when BTS debuted. For Jungkook, this was a moment of pure joy, but it also marked the beginning of even more hard work. They weren't just another K-pop group. They were on a mission to change the world. The world was watching, waiting to see what they had to offer. But despite their debut, success didn't come easily. There were moments when BTS felt discouraged, when they faced criticism, when their songs didn't perform as expected. But through it all, Jungkook remained steadfast, determined to give everything he had for BTS and for the fans who had supported them from the very beginning. Jungkook's growth during this time wasn't just in terms of skill, but also in his mindset. He began to realize that perfection wasn't the key to success. The key was authenticity. He was learning to be himself on stage, to share his emotions with the world, and to connect with the audience. And all the while, BTS was there, for him, lifting him up when he faltered. BTS was more than just a group to Jungkook, they were his family. In a world where the spotlight could easily overwhelm someone, BTS was a safe haven where Jungkook could be vulnerable, where he could grow, and where he could learn from his mistakes. The hardest part of this journey, though, came when BTS began to experience international fame. With global success came an enormous amount of pressure. The world's eyes were now on BTS, and expectations were sky high. Jungkook, who had always been the hardworking, dedicated member, now had to deal with the stress of maintaining that perfection under the constant scrutiny of the media and fans. It wasn't easy. There were days when Jungkook felt exhausted, beyond belief, days when the thought of performing another show or facing the cameras felt like too much to handle. But every time he reached a breaking point, BTS would be there to remind him why they were doing this. They were doing it for the fans, for the music, and for each other. Jungkook realized that success wasn't just about individual achievements. It was about the team, the bond they shared, and the love they had for each other. BTS was more than just a group of individuals. They were a family, a unit that supported each other through thick and thin. This sense of unity helped Jungkook power through the toughest times. Even when he felt like he was drowning in pressure, he could count on BTS to be there, to give him strength, and to remind him of the bigger picture. Jungkook's journey from a young, inexperienced trainee to the Golden Maknae of BTS is a testament to the power of hard work, determination, and support. His story is a reminder that success doesn't come overnight. It comes with countless sacrifices, moments of doubt, and an unwavering belief in yourself. But most importantly, it comes with the support of those who love you and the strength to keep pushing forward, even when the world feels too heavy to bear. Today, Jungkook stands as one of the most respected and talented artists in the world, but his journey wasn't easy. It was built on hard work, countless hours of practice, and the unwavering support of BTS. And this is only the beginning. Jungkook has proven that no matter how hard the journey gets, with perseverance, dedication, and love, anything is possible. Jungkook's story is more than just one of success. It's about resilience. It's about the willingness to overcome failure, to transform every setback into a learning experience, and to keep pushing when others would give up. But beyond that, his journey also shows us the importance of believing in yourself, especially when others doubt you. It shows that no matter where you come from or what your circumstances are, if you stay dedicated and keep fighting for your dreams, success will follow. In the beginning, Jungkook wasn't the perfect dancer or singer. He wasn't the most experienced member of BTS. But what set him apart was his unyielding desire to improve, to work harder, and to learn from every experience. His success didn't come easily. It was built on hundreds of hours of practice, on moments of feeling defeated and then getting back up again. It was built on the sacrifices he made, the countless times he chose to put his dreams before his personal life. And it was built on his unwavering belief that he could achieve greatness, not just for himself, but for BTS and ARMY as well. Today, as we look at Jungkook, we see a shining example of what it means to be truly dedicated. We see someone who is always striving to be better, who continues to push the boundaries of his talents. And even though he's already reached the heights of success, there's no stopping him. The journey that began with hardship and struggle has now led to a place where Jungkook is not only a symbol of success, but a role model for millions. His dedication, his growth, and his love for his fans continue to inspire us every day. And as we watch Jungkook and BTS continue to rise, we know that their hard work will never stop. The golden days of BTS are just beginning, and Jungkook's emotional journey is far from over. So, what's next for him? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. No matter what challenges come his way, Jungkook will continue to rise above them, stronger than ever before. Now, I want to hear from you. What part of Jungkook's hard work and journey inspired you the most? Do you think BTS's support was a key factor in his success? Let me know in the comments below, and let's continue celebrating the incredible journey of Jungkook, because this is just the beginning.